ashamed?
I don't let no man.
He leaned against her all through the ride.
He leaned against the horse, but he never laid a hand on me.
Oh no, Mr. Anderson. And I bet he didn't put his arm around your waist neither.
And suppose he did. Is that a reason to have a cup you lived in?
Now stay out of this, you rip! You've had my warning. If you come back, you'll be thrown out.
Who'll throw me out?
Billy Bigelow, the barker. Same feller you let get so free with you.
I bet he wouldn't. He wouldn't throw me out.
Oh, mind your business, you hussy.
Go back to your carousel and leave us alone. Yeah, leave us alone, you old.
Oh, I don't run my business for a lot of chippies.
Chippy yourself. Yeah, chippy yourself.
Oh, would you shut up? Jabber, 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 jabber. Spitting and sputtering like 3 lumps of corn popping on a shovel.
Mr. Bigelow, please.
Don't yell.
I didn't yell.
Well, don't. What's the matter?
Take a good look at that girl, Billy. She ain't ever to be allowed on my carousel again. The next time she tries to get in, oh, if she dares, you're to throw her out. Understand? Throw her out!
All right, you heard what the lady said. Run home now.
Come on, Julie. No, I won't. Like a drink.
Sure.
Mr. Bigelow, tell me please, honest and true, if I came to the carousel, would you throw me out?
What'd she do anyway?
She says you put your arm around my waist.
Oh, so that's it. Oh, here's something new. Can't put my arm around a girl's waist without asking your permission? That how it is?
I just don't want that one around no more.
Look, you come around all you want, see? And if you ain't got the price, Billy Bigelow will treat you to a ride.
Big talker, Mr. Bigelow. I bet you suppose I can't just throw you out too if I wanna. Oh, you're such a good barker. I can't get along without you. Is that it? Well, just for that, you're discharged. Your services are no longer required. You bounced. See?
Very well, Mrs. Mullins.
Oh, I could bounce you if I felt like it.
Oh, and you felt like it, so I'm not.
Listen, you have to pick up on every word I say. I only said that
my services were no longer required. Very well, Mrs. Mullins. We'll let it go at that.
All right, you devil. Let it go at that.
Mr. Bigelow, if she's willing to say that she'll change her...
Keep out of this.
I don't want this to happen, count on me.
Apologize to her.
Oh, me? Apologize to her? For what? For spoiling the good name of my carousel, the business that was left to me by my dear, saintly departed husband, Mr. Mullen. Oh, I only wish he were alive this minute.
I bet he don't.
Oh, he would give you such a smack on the jaw.
And that's what I'm about to give to you if you don't dry up.
You upstart! After everything that I have done for you, now I am through with you for good.
Get
Through for good! I won't take you back like before.
Mr. Bigelow.
Oh, don't you go feeling sorry for me too, or I'll give you a slap on the jaw. Don't you feel sorry for me neither.
I don't feel sorry for you, Mr. Bigelow.
You're a liar. You are feeling sorry for me. I can see it in your face. You're thinking that now that she's fired me, I won't be able to get another job.
What will you do now, Mr. Bigelow?
Well, first of all, go out and get myself a glass of beer. Whenever anything's bothering me, I always drink a glass of beer.
Then you are bothered about losing your job.
Oh, no, only about how I'm going to pay for the beer. Will you pay for it? Will you? How much money you got?
43 cents?
And you? I asked how much money you got. Oh, well, I understand. There's no need to cry about it. I'm going back to the carousel to grab my things, and when I'm back, we can go out for a drink. Oh.
Time for school.
No, it's all right.
Can I grab my June?
I'll pay.
Fiona, thank you.
Julie? Julie? Do you like him? I don't know. Well, did you like it when he talked to you today? Or when he put you on the carousel that way? Did you like that? Rather not say. You're the weird one, Julie Jordan. You are quiet or deeper than a well.
When he goes home. Where do you work?
Bascom's Cotton Mill.
And you?
I work there too.
Well, when he goes home, which one he wants to stay?
Whoever stays loses her job.
How do you mean?
All Bascom's girls have to be respectable. We all live at the mill, and if we don't come home on time, they lock the doors and they don't let us come back to work there anymore.
That right? They'll bounce you if you're not home on time?
That's right. Julie, should I go? I can't tell you what to do. All right. You stay if you like.
That right? They'll discharge you if you stay?
That's right. Julie, should I go?
Why do you keep asking me that?
You know what's right to do.
All right, Carrie. You can go home.
All right. Well, good night.
Now we're both out of a job. Have you had your supper?
No.
Want to go eat out on the pier?
No.
Anywhere else?
No.
I don't see you at the carousel very often. Probably only 3 times before today.
I've been there much more than that.
That right. And did you see me?
Yes.
Did you know that I was Billy Bigelow?
They told me.
Oh. Have you got a sweetheart?
No.
Oh, don't lie to me.
I haven't anybody.
You stayed with me here the first time I asked you. You know your way around, all right, all right.
No, I don't, Mr. Bigelow.
And I suppose you don't know why you're here, alone with me. You wouldn't have stayed so quick if you hadn't have done it before. What'd you stay for anyway?
So you wouldn't be left alone.
Alone? Oh, God, you're dumb. I don't need to be alone. I can have any girl I want. Don't you know that?
I know, Mr. Bigelow.
What do you know?
Well, that all the girls are crazy for you. But that's not why I stayed. I stayed because you've been so good to me.
Then you can go home.
I don't want to go home now.
And suppose I go away and leave you sitting here.
Even then, I wouldn't go home.
You know who you remind me of? A girl I met in Coney Island. I'll tell you how I met her. One night, around closing time, I just set out the lights on the carousel, and along came a girl.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Bascom. Oh, good evening, Timothy. Wonderful night. Indeed it is. Say, Mr. Bascom. Is that one of your girls?
One of my girls.
Mrs. Jordan, is that you?
Yes, Mr. Bascom.
Whatever are you doing out at this hour?
I-
You know what time we close our doors at the mill boarding house. You couldn't be back on time if you ran all the way.
No, sir.
Those old sideburns.
Hey, don't you go calling Miss Bascom names now. Let's fit to get yourself into a bit of trouble. You know, we got a report of this guy down at the police chief of Baltimore. This pretty sly gazebo comes up with Coney Island.
New York, eh?
Hey, makes a living at working at carousels. And makes a specialty at little things like this. He gets them all moody out. He promises to marry them. And then goes ahead and takes all their money.
I ain't got no money.
You speak when you're spoken to, Miss Julie.
You've heard what kind of blackguard this man is. He's imposed on you and deluded you. That's why I'm inclined to give you one more chance.
You hear that?
I'll be meeting Mrs. Bascom at the church. I'll take you home and I'll explain everything to the house matron myself. Come, my child.
Well, don't just stand there like you don't have no good sense.
Do I have to go with you?
No, you don't have to.
Then I'll stay.
After you were warned.
Now, Timothy. There's some you just cannot help.
You look scatterlike. I put you in jail.
Oh, yeah? Well, what
You, I don't know. But I wish I did.
Well, and then what?
for? What?
You were starting to tell me a story.
I was?
About that girl in Coney Island. You had just shut off the lights of the carousel, and, well, that's as far as it got.
Yes, well, I just shut off the lights on the carousel, and along came a girl wearing a shawl. You know, she... Say, tell me something. Ain't you scared of me? I mean, After what that cop said about me taking money from girls?
I ain't scared.
That's your name? Julie? Julie something?
Julie Jordan.
You're a queer one, Julie Jordan. Ain't you sorry that you didn't run away? You can still go if you wanna.
I reckon that I can choose to stay. You couldn't take my money if I didn't have any, and I don't have a penny, that's true. And if I did have money, you couldn't take any, cause you'd ask and I'd give it to you.
You're a queer one, Julie Jordan. Ain't you ever had a fella you give money to?
No.
Ain't you ever had a fella at all? Well, you must have had a fella you been walking with.
Yes.
Where'd you walk?
Nowhere special I recall.
In the woods,
No.
on the beach.
No.
Did you love him?
No! Never loved no one! I told you that.
Say, you're a funny kid. Wanna go to town and dance maybe? Or
No! I have to be careful.
of what?
My character. You see, I'm never gonna marry. I'm never gonna marry. If I was gonna marry, I wouldn't have to be such a stickler. But I'm never gonna marry, and a girl who doesn't marry has got to be much more particular.
Suppose I was to say to you that I'd marry you.
You?
That scares you, don't it? You're still thinking about what that cop said.
No, I ain't. I never paid no mind to what he said.
Well, you wouldn't marry anyone like me, would you?
Yes, I would. If I loved you, it wouldn't make any difference what you, well, even if I died for it.
What do you know what you do if you love me, or how you feel, or anything?
I don't know how I know.
Ah,
Just the same, I know how it'd be if I loved you. When I worked in the mill, weaving out the loom, I gazed absent-minded at the roof. And half the time the shuttle get twisted in the threads till you can't tell the work from the roof. If I loved you,
but you don't.
no, I don't. But somehow I can see just exactly how I'd be. If I loved you, time and again I would try to say all I'd want you
can't hear a sound, not the turn of a leaf, nor the fall of a wave hitting the sand. The tide's creeping up on the beach like a thief, afraid to be caught stealing the land. On a night like this I start to wonder what life is all about.
And I always say 2 heads are better than 1 to figure it out.
I don't need you or anyone to help me. I gotta figure it out for myself, see? We ain't important. What are we? A couple of specks of nothing. Look up there. There's a heck of a lot of stars in the sky, and the sky so big the sea looks small, and 2 little people, you and I, we don't count at all. You're a funny kid. I don't never remember meeting a girl like you. Are you trying to get me to marry you?
No!
That must be putting it in my head. You're different, alright. I don't know what it is. You look up at me with that little kid face, like you trusted me. I wonder what it'd be like.
What?
Nothing. I know what it'd be like. It'd be awful. I can just see myself. Kinda scrawny and pale, picking at my food, in love sick like any other guy. I'd throw away my sweater and dress up like a dude in a dickie and a collar and a tie. If I loved you.
But you don't.
No, I don't. But somehow I can see just exactly how I'd be if I loved you. Time and again I would try to say all I want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way. Round in circles I'd go, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I let my golden chances pass me by. Soon leave me, off you would go in the midst of day. Never, never to know how I loved you. If not the feller to marry anyone, even if a girl was foolish enough to want me to. I wouldn't.
Don't worry about it, Billy.
Who's worried?
You're right about there being no wind. The blossoms
come whooping out into the sunshine. This year's just like every other. March went out like a lion, whipping up the water in the bay. Then April cried and stepped aside, and along come pretty little May. May was full of promises, but she didn't keep them quick enough for some. And a crowd of doubting Thomas two stay out here and visit for a while. Look, girls, we got work to do. Come on. You sweep those steps up there. You sit up there and keep out of the way and don't poke your noses in other people's business.
You need me, Cousin Eddie?
No, you sit out here with Carrie. Haven't seen each other for a long time. Do you good? Is he working yet?
No, but Nettie's been awfully kind to us, letting us stay here with her.
Mr. Snow says a man who can't find work these days is just bone lazy.
Billy don't know any trade. He's only good at what he used to do, so now he just don't do anything.
Well, wouldn't the carousel owner take him back?
I thought she would, but he won't go. I asked him why, and he won't tell me. Last Monday, he hit me.
Did you hit him back?
No.
Well, why didn't you leave him?
I don't want to.
I would. I'd leave him. He doesn't support you, beats you. He's a bad
He
egg.
ain't willingly or meaningly bad.
Maybe. That night y'all sat together on the bench, he was gentle then, you told me.
Yes,
But
he was.
now he's always acting up.
Not always. Sometimes he's gentle. Even now. After supper, he stands out and listens to music from the carousel. Something comes over him and, well, he's gentle.
What's he say?
Nothing. He just sits up and gets real thoughtful. You see, he's unhappy because he ain't working. That's why he hit me on Monday.
Fine reason for hitting you. Beats his wife because he ain't working.
It preys on his mind.
Did he hurt you?
Oh, no. No.
All right, well, I've got some good news about Mr. Snow and me. So we're gonna be crying in church on Sunday. Oh, just a minute! Don't come at me all together.
Well, tell us. How long have you been to smoke?
Near 2 months. Julie was
Looks like we'll have good weather for it, too. Not a cloud in the sky.
You alright?
He don't say much, but what he do say is awful pithy. Is he anything like I told you? Just like?
Oh, Carrie, I near forgot. I brought you some flowers.
Oh, flowers, really? Where are they? Geranium seeds.
And this in here's hydrangea. About me, I planted right in front of the cottage. They do good in the salt tank.
That'll be beautiful.
I like digging around a garden in my spare time. I like to plant flowers and take care of them. Does your husband like that too?
I can't rightly say that Billy likes to take care of flowers. He likes to smell them, though.
Enoch's awful handsome, ain't he?
Oh, come, Carrie.
Steady and reliable, too. Well, ain't you gonna wish us luck? Of course I wish you luck, Carrie.
Oh, you can kiss Enoch, too. Oh, with us being such good friends and me being right here looking at you.
Why are you crying, Mrs.
It's because she has such a good heart.
We thank you for your heartfelt sympathies, Mrs.
Miss Bigelow. Miss Billy Bigelow. That's my name, Miss Billy. You know Carrie? Well, this is her intended, Mr. Snow.
Mr. Bigelow, I almost feel like I know you. How are you? Doing pretty well. I just got over a little chest cold. That kind of year, you know.
Billy.
Well, all right, just say it. I stayed out all night, man. I ain't working. No, look up your cousin Denny.
I didn't say anything.
No, but it was on the tip of your tongue.
Billy. Be sure and be back in time to go to the clam bake.
I ain't going to no clam bake. Come on, Jigger.
I'm sure glad you ain't got no whoop jamboree notions like Billy.
The way I see it, man's got enough to worry about to get a good night's rest, to put in a good day's work without going out and looking for any special trouble.
That's true, Enoch.
A man's got to make plans for his life, and he's got to stick to them.
Well, your plans are turning out fine so far. Ain't they, Enoch?
All according to schedule. So far. I own a little house and I sail a little boat, and the fish I catch I sell. And in a manner of speaking, I'm doing very well. I love a little girl, and she's in love with me, and soon she'll be my bride. And in a manner of speaking, I should be satisfied.
Well, ain't you?
If I told you my plans and the things I intend, it would make every curl on your head stand on end. When I make enough money out of one little boat, I'll put all my money in another little boat. I'll make twice as much out of two little boats, and the first thing you know, I'll have four little boats, then 8 little boats, and a fleet of little boats, in a great big fleet of great big boats. All catching Eric, bring him into shore, sail it out again, and bring it in more and more and more and more. It's gonna be herring. I'm gonna put them in little cans and call them sardines. I'm gonna build a little sardine, then a big one, then the biggest one in the country. Oh, Carrie, I'm gonna get rich on sardines. I mean, we're gonna get rich, you and me and all of us. First you will marry, we'll have one little kid. In the second you will go and have another little kid. You'll soon be done in such
sit and dream the things that every other dad and mother dream. When the children are asleep and lights are low, if I still love you the way I love you today, you'll pardon my saying I told you so. When the children are asleep, I'll dream with you. We'll think what fun we have had, be glad that it all came true.
When children are awake, or romping through the rooms, or running down the stairs, then in a manner of speaking, the house is really theirs. But once they close their eyes, and we are left alone and free from all their fuss, then in a manner of speaking, we can be really us. When the children are asleep, we'll sit and dream the things that every other dad and mother dream. Oh, and behold, if I still love you the way I love you today, you'll pardon my saying I told you so. When the children are asleep, I'll dream with you. We'll think what fun we have had and be glad that it all came true. You'll still hear me say that the best dream I know is when the children are asleep, I'll dream with you.
Hey, Billy, where are you going? Stick around after you get rid of my shipmates. Want to talk to you about a job for you and me to make some money. How much? More than you ever seen in your life. The people who live on land are hard to understand. When you're looking for fun, they clap you into jail. So shipping off to sea, the life is gay and free, and a fella can flip a hook in the hip of a whale. Blow high, blow low, away the people go. Go away in the sailing away. Away we'll go, blow me high and low. Long, long day, for many and many a long, long day. It's wonderful just to feel your hands upon the wheel and listen to wind whistling in a sail. Watch you climb aloft and be the very first to see a chrysanthemum spout come out of the snout of a whale. Blow high, blow low, away we go. Go away in a sailing away. Away we'll go, blow me high and low. Long, long day, for many a long, long day.
Rocking on the sea, your boat will seem to be like a dear little baby in her bassinet. She hasn't learned to walk, she hasn't learned to talk. A little behind, a little inclined to be wet.
Blow high, blow low, away, 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 the sailing away. Away we'll go, blow me high
you're saying is that this old sideburns that owns the mill is also the owner of your ship. That's right. Tonight, he'll be taking $3,000 or $4,000 down to the captain by himself. He'll walk along the waterfront by himself with all that money. You think he'd have somebody to go with him? Not him. Not the last 3 times, anyway. I watched him from the same spot and seen him pass me. Once I nearly jumped him. Why didn't you? I don't like to do a job unless it's airtight. This one needs 2 to pull it off proper. Besides, the moon was shining on him like a torch. Don't like moons. Lately, the nights have been running to fog, and it's 10 to 1 we'll have fog tonight. That's why I wanted you to tell your wife we'd go to that clam bake. Oh, no. Clam bake? Why? Well, suppose we're all over on the island, and you and me get lost in the fog for half an hour. Suppose we got in a boat, sailed on over, and did what we had to do, and then got back. There's your alibi. We'll just say we were lost on the island the whole time.
Well, what exactly would we have to do? I mean, me. What would I have to do?
Well, you just go up to old Sideburns and say, "Excuse me, sir, can you tell me the time?"
Excuse me, sir, could you tell me the time? And then what?
Well, by then I've got my knife in his ribs. Then you take your knife.
Oh, me? I ain't got a knife.
Well, you can get one, can't you?
Well, does he have to be killed?
No, you don't have to be. You can give up the money and walk away scotch-free, but these New Englanders are funny. They'd rather be killed. So, what do you say?
No, I ain't gonna do it. It's dirty.
What's dirty about it? The knife! All right, forget the knife. You just go up to old Sideburns and say, "Excuse me, sir, can you give me $3,000? See what he does for you."
I ain't gonna do it.
Of course, if you've got all the money you want.
No, I ain't got a cent. Money thinks I'm dead.
That's right. You're out of a job and you've got a wife to support.
No, you shut up about my wife! Oh, what do you want?
Hello, Billy.
What did you come for?
Come to talk business.
Business.
See, you're still hanging around with your jailbird friend.
What's it to you who I hang with?
There's one thing I can't abide, it's the common type of woman.
What'd you come for? You got a new barker, ain't you?
Why don't you go home and get some sleep at night? I mean, you look awful.
Oh, he's as good as me, ain't he?
And push your hair back off your forehead.
Oh, let my hair be!
Now, if I told you to let it hang down over your eyes, you'd push it back. I hear you've been beating her. You're married. If you've been married for 2 months and you're sick of her, then why don't you leave her? There's no use in beating that poor, skinny little.
Cigarette? You'd like that, wouldn't
Oh,
you?
don't flatter yourself. If I had any sense, I wouldn't be here right now. Things you do in your business. I'd sell that carousel if I could.
Oh, and it crowded without me?
Fool girls keep asking for you. They miss you, see? Now are you gonna be sensible and come back?
And leave Julie?
You beat her, don't you?
No, I don't beat her! What's all this fool talk about me beating her? I hit her once and now the whole town is... The next one I hear, I swear...
All right. I take it back. I don't want to get mixed up.
Beating her? As if I beat her!
What are the odds one way or another? Look at the thing straight. You've been married 2 months and you're sick of it already. Out there is the carousel. Show booths, young girls, all the beer you can want, a good living, and you're throwing it all away. You know what? I got a new organ.
I know.
How do you know?
I can hear it from here. I listen to it every night.
It's a good one, ain't it?
Jim Dandy's got a nice tune.
Oh, you ought to come up close and hear it. It makes you think that the carousel is going faster. You belong out there, Billy, and you know it. You're an artist type. You belong among artists. Tell you what, you come back and I'll give you the ruby ring my husband left me.
I don't know. I can still go on living here with Julie.
Holy Moses!
Oh, what's wrong?
Oh, imagine how the girls just love that. A barker who goes home to his wife every night. Woo! People would laugh themselves sick.
Well, I know what you want.
Oh, don't be so stuck on yourself.
Well, I ain't happy here, and that's the truth.
Of course you ain't.
You want anything?
I brought your coffee. Why didn't you talk to her, Billy? She'll understand. She might even be glad to get rid of you.
Maybe.
Billy, before I forget, I got something to tell you.
Well, all right.
I've been wanting to tell you. In fact, I was going to yesterday.
Well, go ahead.
I can't. Gotta be alone.
Don't you see I'm busy? Here I am talking business.
It'll only take a minute.
No. Get out of here.
I tell you, it'll only take a minute.
No. Will you get out of here?
No.
What did you say to me?
Hey, let her alone, Billy. Why don't I run down to Bascom's bank and get some small change for the carousel? I'll be back in a couple of minutes for your answer to my proposition.
Don't look at me like that. I ain't afraid of you. I ain't afraid of anyone. I got something to tell you.
Well, all right, then tell me. Make it quick.
I can't tell it so quick. Why don't you drink your coffee?
Is that what you wanted to tell me?
No, but by the time you drink it, I'll have told you.
Well?
Yesterday, my head ached, and you asked me. Well, you see, that's what it is.
What, are you sick?
No, it's nothing like that. It's awful hard to tell you, but I ain't a bit scared, you see, because it's a perfectly natural thing.
What is?
Well, when two people live together, I'm gonna have a baby.
Hey, Billy. Jigger. Hey, Jigger, Julie's gonna have a baby. Yeah? What about it? Nothing. My mother had a baby once.
He in there with her? Woo, they are having it out, I bet. When he comes back to me, I won't let him hang around with you anymore. You do know that, don't you?
Come on.
Won't let him end up in your clutches. Everyone that does ends up in the jailhouse. Or the grave.
Carnival redhead coming between a man and his wife.
Oh, come in between nothing. They don't belong together, and nobody knows him like I do. And I won't let anyone get in the way of us. That goes for you.
Yeah? If he's gonna let himself get tied up to an old wobbly hip like you, what good is he to me anyway?
I mean, he won't be no good for you. And I won't let him end up with a policeman's bullet in his heart. Just like that, Roberts boy you hung around with last year. Wish the bullet would have got you. You sleek-eyed war threat. Just keep away from him, that's all. Or I'll get the cops on you.
Common?
Yeah, call names! But I got it back all the same.
Are you still here?
You told me to come back, didn't you? Here, you'll be wanting an advance on your salary. It's only fair, you've been out of work a long time.
Go home, Mrs. Mullins.
What's the matter with
Go back to your carousel.
you? You mean you ain't coming with me?
No.
I'll never speak to you again. Not if you were dying, I wouldn't.
That scares me a lot.
What'd she tell you in there anyways?
She told me.
Oh yeah, some lies about me, I bet.
No, nothing about you, Mrs. Mullins. Just about Julie and I. As a matter of fact, Mrs. Mullins, I'm gonna be a father.
You and Julie.
Go home, Mrs. Mullins.
You, a father!
Go back to your carousel.
Wow, that's...
Go home, Mrs. Mullins.
than his puddin'-headed father ever had. I'll teach him to wrestle and dive through a wave when we go in the mornings for a swim. His mother can teach him the way to behave, but she won't make a sissy out of him. Not him, not my boy, not Bill. Bill. My boy Bill, I will see that he's named after me. I will. My boy Bill, he'll be tall and as tough as a tree. Will Bill, like a tree, he'll grow with his head held high and his feet planted firm on the ground. And you won't see nobody dare to try to boss him or toss him around. No, Pop Daddy Maggie, I put him bossing around. And I don't give a darn what he does. As long as he does what he likes, he can sit on his tail or work on a rail with a hammer and spike. He can ferry a boat on a river, or paddle a pack on his back, or work up and down the streets of a town with a whip and a horse and a hack. He can haul a scow along a canal, run a cow around a corral, or maybe bark for a carousel. Of course, it takes talent to do that well. He might be a champ of the heavyweights, or a fellow to sell you glue, or president of the United States. That'd be alright too. His mother would like that, but he wouldn't be president unless he wanted to be. Not Bill, my boy Bill, he'll be tall and as tough as a tree. Will Bill, like a tree, he'll grow with his head held high and his feet planted firm on the ground. And you won't see nobody dare to try to boss him or toss him around. No flat bottom, flabby face, pot belly, batty eye bugger will boss him around. I'll be darned if he'll marry his boss's daughter, a skinny-lipped virgin with blood like water, who would give him a peck and call it a kiss, and look in his eyes through a lorgnette. Say, why am I carrying on like this? My kid ain't even been born yet. I can see him when he's 17 or so, and starting to go with the girl. I can give him lots of pointers, very sound, on the way to get round any girl. I can tell him. Wait a minute. Could it be? What if he is a girl? Bill. Oh, Bill! What can I do with her? What can I do for her? Bum with no money. You can have fun with the sun, but you've gotta be a father to a girl. She mightn't be so bad at that. A kid with ribbons in her hair, a kind of sweet and petite little tin type of her mother. What a pair! My little girl, sweet and light as peaches she has a few sweet and light young fellows of 2 or 3. But my little girl gets hungry every night, and she comes home to me.
My little girl. My little girl.
I've gotta get ready before she comes. I've gotta make certain that she won't be dragged up in slums with a lot of bums like me. She's gotta be sheltered and fed and dressed in the best that money can buy. I never knew how to get money, but I'll try. I'll go out and make it, or steal it, or take it, or die.
Time to get going. Come and help us carry everything on the boats. Billy, what's this I hear about you not going to the clam bake?
Clam bake. Well, I just might go after her. Oh, there's Jigger. I gotta talk to him.
I'll tell Julie you're coming. She'll be tickled pink.
Hey, Jigger. I thought about what you said about going clam baking. I'll do everything like you said. Gotta get money on account of the baby. See?
Sir, the baby. Did you get the knife?
Knife?
I've only got a pocket knife. If he shows fight, we're gonna need a real one.
But I ain't got one.
Go inside and get a kitchen knife.
What if somebody sees me?
Take it so they don't see you.
Billy, is it true? Are you coming to the clam bake?
I think I just might.
We'll have a barrel of fun. I'll show you all around the island. I know every inch of it. Been going to picnics there since I've been a little girl.
Billy, you better go get that.
Get what, Billy?
The shawl. Billy said I have a shawl. It gets cold at night, fog comes up. Ain't that what you said, Billy?
Yeah, I better go get the shawl.
And that was real thoughtful of you, Billy.
Well, I'll go and get it.